We often think of a successful hunt as a single moment where everything comes together at just the right time. And while that's true, behind the scenes, it's usually a long journey. This deer season, Heath and Lindsay Martin definitely had a lone journey. Their journey took them through 4 different states in search of that great hunting moment. Heath and Lindsay Martin began their journey with a hunting trip to Kansas. Lindsay won the coin toss, and she's up first.
So Heath and I actually have our archery tags here in Kansas, so we're bow hunting for this weekend. But it is also muzzleloader season here in Kansas, so we have to wear a hunter orange as well.
Turns out the deer activity is pretty slow, but the turkeys certainly kept them entertained.
Growing Deer TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops, also by Reconics, Trophy Rock, Muddy Outdoors, Non-Typical Wildlife Solution, Eagle Seed, Nikon, Winchester, Scentmaster, Dead Downwind, Antler Dirt, Lacrosse Footwear, Redneck Hunting Blind, Bloodsport Arrows, Prime Bows by G5, Outdoor Edge Knife, and Flatwood Natives.
What a rare and close-up moment for Heath and Lindsay. It looks like for the turkeys, this is a great way to avoid predators. After about 30 minutes, turkeys got down and continued doing what turkeys do. A couple weeks later, Heath and Lindsay are back in Kansas.
Guys, it's early October and we're in Kansas. They had a really good cold front come through last night, and so we're sitting in the tree stand this morning hoping to see some action. There is a nice mature 10 point that's been cruising around through here, so might even get a shot at him. We'll see.
Well, it wasn't long before Lindsay's wish comes true, when the big 10 she was hoping for comes cruising through. There's a big 8 following the big 10. It's rare enough to see one shooter buck, but to see 2 out of the same hunt, well, that's a big story. Heath had hung their stands on a well-worn trail. Unfortunately, the bucks weren't following the script and were chasing acorns just off the trail and slightly out of Lindsay's effective bow range. Iowa's a place where most whitetail hunters dream of drawing a tag. Its rich soils produce some of the best soybeans, corn, and giant whitetails of anywhere throughout the whitetails range. Heath and Lindsay were super excited to finally draw a tag and hunt Iowa.
Well, today is November the 9th. And I've been waiting 4 long years for this opportunity, but we are sitting in Iowa. So this is the first evening in the stand. We're on a real long finger, this cut cornfield that's had some brassica spread in it. We got the decoy out today. Been waiting for this for a long time, so Iowa, I hope you don't disappoint. Here we are.
Deer decoys can be a great hunting tool, but sometimes they tend to make all the deer in the area a little bit on edge. And it's obvious these does and fawns didn't know exactly what to make of the newcomer in the neighborhood. The spike was very curious and hesitant about the decoy. Notice how he stays in the cover? You can tell by the direction the snow's blowing, he tries to get downwind to check it out. This spike thought he'd strut a little closer for a better look. He either smells something or lost his nerve. I think I caught a glimpse of blue flame coming out the rear end as he couldn't get out there quick enough. Back where Heath grew up hunting, it was the opening day of rifle season. This young buck sees the decoy in the distance and gets excited. And with one short grunt from Heath, he comes running in. Look at the unique dark hairline on this buck's back. It's rare, but some deer actually have a mane on their neck like a lion or a horse. Heath and Lindsay are now back in Kansas. It's late November and they've placed their stands in an open hardwood bottom that serves as a funnel between a feeding and bedding area. With the doe tag to fill and no mature bucks in sight, Heath decides to put some venison in the freezer.
Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and we finally got us a big old doe. Got some extra backstrap for the freezer. It's been a long time coming. I mean, like come to full draw, I don't know how long it was, but it felt like I held it forever. But she finally turned in there, and I stopped her and got a good quarter-horn shot, and I think we heard her fall. I don't think she went too far, so whew. Now, the only way to make this day any better is if a big buck will come on through here this next 45 minutes of daylight, so we're gonna hang tight and see what we see. Oh, it's a doe. Oh yeah, it's a sugar buck, baby. Meh. I'm very nervous. I don't know if it's going to be a fatal shot or not. We're going to get down and make sure there's blood, or see what kind of blood there is, and then get a game plan together. But that was a big deer, and oh, dear Lord, please let us find that deer. That's what you hunt Kansas for right there. I mean, it was 60 degrees and we got in the stand today, but yet this giant deer still chased a doe right under the tree stand. I don't know, the deer ran a long ways. I just don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm super nervous. I've never hit a deer like that solid in the shoulder. Didn't look like it got a whole lot of penetration, but maybe we at least got it into the lungs. And maybe he didn't go too far. I know he ran out of sight and it didn't look like he was slowing down. We got our big doe. Now hopefully we can find the big buck. Man, what a evening. That was a giant 8-point, I think. Been hunting up here 4 years. That's the first buck I've ever shot. So I pray to the Lord that he looks down on us and that we can help us find that deer, because I'm pretty nervous.
It's an age-old question. Pursue a hit deer and possibly push them out of range of finding them, or let it stay tonight and risk coyotes recovering it before the hunter does. Heath and Lindsay opt to let the deer lay all night for a better chance of recovery tomorrow. With work to do, he skinned out his big doe by torchlight, but the giant 8 was constantly on his mind. It was a long night for Heath. Most of us have been there, but dawn finally arrived.
Well, it's the morning after. I shot that big buck yesterday evening and I hit the shoulder. We got about 8 inches of penetration. We replayed it on the camera several times, and I don't know. So we're going in this morning. We're going to track him and see if we can find him. It's been a long, restless night, so let's go see if we can put an end to it. Holy cow! Thank you, thank you, thank you. 150 yards from the tree. Big buck down right there, baby. That's been a long time coming. Let's go get our hands on him. Stiff as a board. I tell you what, guys, this has been a long time coming right here. I've been hunting Kansas for 4 years now, and I've had some great hunts, but just hadn't quite had it come together. So this is long overdue. I finally get to wrap my tag around a big Kansas bruiser. Oh, thank you. Look at there, he's got a double throat patch. I don't even know what to say. Man, I smacked that shoulder and I've been really worried all night. I wasn't sure I got enough penetration. I mean, he was dead within a minute, but you know, you just never know. And then we've been up here an hour looking because we thought he turned and went up the draw, and he circled back and come right down in the bottom here. Man, his old neck swelled up. Look at the body on that deer. I gotta say thanks to Lindsay, my wife. She runs the camera for me. We switch out. She's been working and hunting as hard as I have and putting in the time, and I sure appreciate it, baby.
Congratulations, Heath and Lindsay, on fine teamwork and for taking the time to share your season with us. December usually means Adam and I will change our strategies here at the Proving Grounds and start monitoring food sources. We place almost all our Reconyx cameras over food plots, trying to pick up a pattern of a mature buck feeding during the late season. Based on the forecast and wind direction, we had plans to hunt a food plot we call Gobbler Knob. The magic to the Gobbler Knob food plot is that there's a bedding area on one side and a larger feeding area on the other side. Gobbler Knob kind of serves as a staging area as deer come over the ridge and prepare to drop off into the larger feeding food plot. As we were making our way to the Gobbler Knob plot, we drove through one of the feeding food plots in the bottom when Adam said, "Stop the truck."
Oh, I don't like this at all, Adam.
Looks like Junior.
Adam had noticed a large area in the standing soybeans had been knocked down. And when we both got out of the truck, we instantly knew why.
What is it about this field? 4.5. Oh, he's got a bad brain abscess or got shot in the skull, one or the other. I can't really tell right now. He may have got a fight. He may have got killed by... He got a hole right in the top of his head. Right in the very top of his head. He has a... I mean, that's not a vulture picking through there. He's not been dead long because there's still... The coyotes have just cleaned him up. There's blood all over his spine. He could even be 3.5. Not near the stain on his front teeth as there is here. You can see the obvious stain difference. I mean, look at that, how stained these are versus up here.
That's the deer we were hunting tonight,
That's the deer we're going to hunt right now. I mean, we stayed out of that stand till the right wind and conditions for this buck. And we got him, but not the way we wanted. I believe if it had been he would have died instantly if he got shot there and they'd have cut the rack off. So I imagine it was another buck. Got a lucky shot. I gotta tell you, the fire just went on my hunt. Let's go see if we can tag a doe and we'll take care of this later. He's everything I thought he was and more.
Junior was such a cool, mature buck. His odd-shaped, non-typical rack always made him very easy to identify in our Reconyx pictures.
Hey, honey. Tell your mom I got Pitchfork Jr. in my hands. Now, it's not good because I think coyotes killed him. We found him dead. The deer we were going to hunt, we found dead. All right, honey. Bye-bye.
While studying Junior's remains, we noticed a hole near one of his antler bases. The hole wasn't round like you'd expect from a bullet, and there was obviously some sign of a struggle. Any deer shot right there would have dropped on the spot. I suspect that hole was caused by an antler tine. Junior had apparently been in a fight and somebody's antler tine punctured his skull, maybe due to Junior's non-typical rack. Antler tines typically have dirt, bark, and other substances on them and would cause a nasty infection if they penetrated the skull plate. In any case, it seemed to be what caused the end to Junior. Adam and I were both extremely sad when we found the skeletal remains of Junior. But whitetails are the perfect example of a renewable resource. And with good habitat management, passing younger bucks and allowing them to mature, and working to balance that predator-prey relationship, there'll be another buck moving to the area Junior called home. We probably won't hunt that area much more this year unless we get a surprise on our camera, but there's other bucks to chase, and I'm looking forward to hunting again this week. Everyone at Scentmaster and GrowingDeer.tv want to congratulate James Lear. He won our Scentmaster sweepstakes. And James, we're shipping it out today. Congratulations, James. I hope you have a chance to go hunting this week, but even if you don't, take a few moments to get outside and find a quiet place and listen to what the Creator is saying to you. Thanks for watching GrowingDeer.tv.